exemple, sur les filières organisées. Parallèle, les autres pays aussi. We are all very proud to see Africa rising economically, Africa rising in different ways. And if you just consider the economic aspect of it, we all know that 5 of the 10 fastest growing economies globally are here in Africa. But at the same time, what we don't say is that 7 of the 10 most unequal societies are also in Africa. So this means that the results generated by economic growth is not shared. So many Africans are left along the way. So this cry was a cry of really creating a sense of urgency for African governments to find ways and means to make their economies much more inclusive of all members of society, ensuring their participation in wealth creation and economic development, but also their access to the basic social services, or what I would call essential services that they need. I think that there have been a progress because, as you know, any programming, good programming, starts by having the data that you need, by analysis of the situation. So the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, together with the African Union, has developed what is called the African Social Development Index, which is measuring exclusion but inclusion as a very important instrument with the data that can be disaggregated by region, by gender, by age groups, etc. It is, I think, a very powerful instrument of analysis that would provide government with the information they need to be able to design the right, most efficient strategies and being able to better target their interventions. I think that we have to really be balanced around this. The issue, migration has always been there. People move, and it's difficult to control that. At the same time, it is also important to distinguish the different types of migration. And some of them are migration out of despair, which drives many of African youth to take boats, and many of them ending their lives in the Atlantic Ocean or the Mediterranean is very sad. And this is linked to what I was talking about earlier, which is the inequality and the lack of strategies to offer a bright future and opportunities to our youth. And we have really to be better prepared because if we are not careful, this problem is going to go crescendo. Population growth projections show that by 2050, the population of youth will double to 400 million in sub-Saharan Africa. The rate of growth of the youth is much slower than the rate of growth of the economy, and thereby the opportunities offered by that growth in terms of employment. However, we can see also this youth as an opportunity, because by 2050, Africa will have the youngest workforce globally. So it is important that we build our economies we take all opportunities available to really create a future for these young people. And this goes by supporting more entrepreneurship, instilling some of those ideas into education, prepare these young people to really become what I will call business people, entrepreneurs, because not everyone will find a salaried job, whether it is in the public sector or in the private sector. By the way, if you look at the distribution of laborers, workers, you would find that those having a formal salaried job would be about 10% to 15%. So the largest number of workers are in the informal sector. So we need also to find ways in which we can support that, because SMEs are really the engine of economic development, and most of them are in the informal sector.